How pretty is it? I'm obsessed. So silky. They cut a lot of it off though, but it's fine. It's much healthier and honestly so silky. If you want to know where I get my hair done, ask me and I shall tell you. But no, this is not a sponsored video. But yeah guys, so I'm here and I'm here to talk to you about healthy girl tips and tricks and things I learned about along my fitness journey, and it took me years to figure them out. So I want to help you and spare you all that time and help you basically burn. What do I do with my hand? My mom told me I move my hands like way too much and I shouldn't do that in my videos. So like, let's get all the hand movement out now. So, you know, before I start explaining, but I probably will still move my hands. It's just how I talk. It's called gesticulation and I do a lot of it, okay? But I got my nails done too, so at least it's pretty hand movements. But anyway, let's get into our topic of today, and that is my fit girl tips. And these are things I've learned along my journey, and I want to save you the trouble of learning them yourself. And if you do know some of them, then ignore those that you do know and listen to the ones that you don't know. And if you know all of them, then why the fuck are you on my channel? Because you got your shit together. So not saying that you guys don't have your shit together, but you know more than I do, so why are you here? So if you do know all of them, then good on you. Well done. That's not very derogatory. I do. Clap is worse, hey? Like, it's way more bitchy if you clap. I'm not trying to be bitchy. I'm just saying, like, you know them, so I know it took a long time for me to get to know them, so well done. Like, genuinely. Like, I care. Anyway, let's get started on to tip number 1. Okay, guys, so let's get back into... we're starting. Let's get into, I see the hands are back at full force, and you know what you signed up for. You know what happens when you come here. The hands are going crazy. So you know why you're here, you know, like just deal with the hands. Because it takes a lot of energy to like control them. You see, even saying that, I can't. It takes a lot of energy to control them. I'm just gonna like sit like this. Anyway. So the first tip is walking, and walking is an amazing fucking thing. And I know that if you've seen all my other videos, then you would know I just promote walking all the time. Walk whenever you can, walk all the time. And I know you're like, oh my god, Jade, like what the fuck? I thought you were gonna give me some life-changing tip, and this is a life-changing tip, and let me tell you why. So in scientific, well, basic summarize scientific terms, our body has something called a compensatory engine. And so that means that when you are doing exercise, let's say you go for a run, your body will realize that it's doing exercise. Your heart rate is elevated and you're sweating, and your body can pick up that, oh, I am actually exercising, I'm exerting myself. And when your body realizes that, especially when you do cardio, it does this a lot, you then want to compensate for the calories that you've lost during the exercise. So it'll make you hungrier, specifically hungry for carby, like starchy things, because your body will want carbohydrates for sugars for energy. So you will crave carbohydrates more when you do certain exercises. Well, like when you train. When you're training and your heart rate is going, your body knows it. You can't fool it. But when you walk, you fall just below the radar of that compensatory engine, and your body doesn't actually realize that it is burning calories. So you could walk like 10Ks as long as your heart rate doesn't go past a certain point, and your body won't even know that you're training. So you won't get the urge to compensate for those calories that have been lost. So that is why walking is amazing, because you can burn calories without your body even knowing, as well as you obviously don't replace your workout with a walk, you add it in addition. So it's like an extra little bonus. It's amazing. Little tips I use to walk more is I park my car in the furthest parking spot from the grocery store, because then I have to walk that far. Like trying to find the closest spot is, I'm just being lazy. So I always try to find the furthest spot, because then I can add some extra steps in. Or you know, if I don't know what, I completely forgot what I was going to say. Oh, okay. You see, I'm really forgetting the hands. You know what, Joe? That's my mom's name. Joe, this is how I am. Just deal with it. She says, she's like, Jade, you just forget too much shit and your hands are like all over the place. I don't think that your subscribers like that. And I say you guys know what you signed up for. So anyway, what else would I do is that if I have to pack the car for something and things are upstairs and I can take it in one trip, like even if there's groceries to take from the car, I know I can do it in one trip, like at a struggle, but then I'll go like one bag at a time. I know it sounds like ridiculous, but those little calories really fucking add up. Like they really do. So yeah, walk all the time. Walk everywhere, whenever you can. Have a walk. It's so good for your serotonin. Like it just calms you, especially if you walk in nature. And just walk. Walk, walk, walk. Walk all the time. Okay, tip number 2 is that calories do count on the weekends. Okay, so this is a tip that when I am like really serious about my training, like before a holiday, or if I really have a lot of weight to lose, like this is something that I will take highly into consideration. But if I'm just like trying to maintain and I don't, it's like winter, I don't really care if I go up a jean size, then I don't really live by this rule. So yeah. But the rule is that our whole year, if you take just Saturdays and Sundays, it's 30% of our entire year, almost 30%, it's like 28.5% of our whole year is just weekends. Like that is a lot. That's a big portion of the year. And a lot of people think as Friday, some people put Fridays in there too. Like some people on Fridays, they're like, fuck it, I'm done. So if you've been training really hard Monday to Friday or Monday to Thursday, and then the weekend comes, and you just like think, oh, you know, I've trained really hard and I can like ease up on my diet and I don't have to train this weekend, and I like, you know, it's fine, I've earned it. Okay, yeah, it'll be better the fact that you trained hard and you ate well in the like during the week. But if you really want to lose weight and you're not seeing the results that you like, if you're training hard in the week and you're not seeing the results that you want, it's probably because you're not carrying it through onto the weekends. Okay, Sunday, I say, fuck that. Sunday is my day. I eat what I want on Sundays. And okay, well, not when I'm really strict, but normally I eat what I want on Sundays. But up until Saturdays, like I'm really conscious of what I put into my body. And just because it's the weekend doesn't mean that it is like calories don't count. Calories do count always. Like it's not like they have a certain cutoff time. Like how amazing would that be? Fuck, that would be awesome. Like if you just like if after a certain time you could eat what you want, it would be insane. But calories unfortunately do always count. So you've got to make sure that you are burning and being conscious of what you put into your body on the weekends as well, because it counts a big portion of the week, a big portion of your life. And yeah, if you're not getting the results that you want, it's probably because you're not being stricter on your weekends. And I know it's not fun, but do you want the dream body or do you want the pizza? Because I know I want both. So sometimes I choose the pizza and sometimes I choose the bod, but you know, always want the pizza more in the moment. And that leads to our next tip. Okay, tip number 3. I keep saying step, like this is a step process. It's not, it's just whenever. Use them in whatever order. But tip number 3 is understanding urges and your brain. So this is probably, I wish I made this the first one because it is so important to understand. And it is basically understanding the difference between us and any other animal out there. And the difference between us and anything else is that we have a prefrontal cortex. And that means that that's the part of our brain in the front that is in charge of decision making and planning and, you know, cognitive thinking. And we a lot of the times don't listen to this brain, and we listen to our primitive brain, which used to serve us thousands of years ago. It would see food, it would say eat, it would see shelter, it would say sleep, you know, and that served us, it kept us safe and warm. And our primitive brain always wants to take the safest, easiest option. And it used to work really well, but now in evolved times, it's not serving us so much anymore. So now we have to rely more on our prefrontal cortex, which involves making long-term decisions and plans. And like your primitive brain is not thinking about next year or even tomorrow. It's thinking about now. It's like, it's the brains that animals are run by. So Like, for instance, your dog will never choose having 10 dog treats tomorrow as opposed to one dog treat now. It will always choose the one dog treat now because it's what's now that counts. But what makes us different is that we can plan. We can say, I don't want to have a dog treat now because I know I will get 10 more tomorrow, and that's the difference. So when we make decisions to lose weight, when we make decisions to do anything in our lives, we are making use of our prefrontal cortex. And that basically makes us realize when we're making the decision, we come to terms with the fact that we are going to have to make short-term sacrifices for long-term gain. But when it comes to those times to make those sacrifices, our primitive brain tries to take over, and it's like I said when I saw the pizza, and my brain will be like, eat the pizza, Jade, eat the fucking pizza, it's food, eat the pizza, and it'll justify anything that you do and just say, oh, it's fine. It'll always take the easiest option, and it'll go against what your prefrontal cortex is telling you to do, which is don't eat the pizza because we know we're going to feel shit about it, and we're not going to be closer to getting our bikini body goals. So it's an understanding those urges. Urges are caused by our primitive brains, and understanding that it urges us to do things because it means well. It really does. It's not trying to get us. It just means well. Like I said, my camera did some weird shit there. So it means well, but it's just trying to help us in the here and now, and it's not thinking of our long-term benefit. So we have to take control of our primitive brain and our urges and see, okay, I notice you. I take notes that I'm having this urge, and you don't try not to do it, because if you just push them down and just deny them, then you're just gonna have cravings and you're just gonna fall apart. So you have to notice your urge. You have to be like, I feel like cake right now, and then you sit with your urge. You don't act on it, you sit on it, and you're like, okay, for 10 minutes you have to sit with this feeling for 10 minutes without acting on it, and I can guarantee you the feeling will pass. And in order to basically reward yourself for this is what I do. And it is something that I was doing it more and I stopped, and now I need to do it again. So this is what you do. You have, for instance, a glass jar. I wish I brought mine. I'll show you it there. No, I won't, but just picture it. It's not difficult to picture. It's a glass jar, and it's called the Urge Jar, and I did get this from another life coach as well. And every time that you have an urge, like to overeat or to fulfill a craving, you notice the urge, you take note of it, you sit there and you're like, cool, I'm gonna experience this feeling. And when you overcome it and you don't do it, you take a little glass marble and you put it into the jar. And you'll be surprised, I do that maybe 5 times a day. And when you get to 100, you'll see that you will be in the much better mental states, controlling your urges, because it's a skill that we can work on. I'm not saying you're never gonna feel like pizza, because you always will feel like pizza, but it'll just be a lot easier to say no to yourself. And it's better when you have something to physically reward, because in the first few times you'll feel a bit silly that you're putting something into the jar, but our brain loves accumulation. And when it starts to feel it sees all the marbles accumulating in the jar, it's like, oh shit, I don't want to lose all the marbles I've gained. And as opposed to just saying no to yourself, you're not getting the reward, you're not getting the pizza, and you're saying no, you're getting the reward of a little marble to show you, to signify the progress that you're making. And that is just an amazing tip, and it sounds odd, I know. Try it before you knock it. Try it, and yeah, I really feel like you guys should try that, because understanding your urges and not just trying to fight them, but understand them and just say, listen, honey, I hear you, but we're not gonna have cake today, but you can feel this way for a little bit, and then your brain will be like, oh, whatever, I'm not getting cake, and just stop the feeling. So that is an amazing thing to do. And if you do that, please let me know how it goes, guys. I really want to know if you guys get an urge jar. And I got mine at the Crazy Store for $60. I'm sure you can get way cheaper ones than that. I just got thick glass, because if you're dropping glass marbles into it, you don't want something that will crack easily. So yeah, but do that and let me know. Tip number 4 is plan your meals. And this is making use of your prefrontal cortex, like I just told you guys about, that we've been gifted with as Homo sapiens. So let's just fucking use it and just be bomb ass people. So imagine yourself when you wake up, you have a bottle or like a meter full of willpower and decision-making power. So that is like when you wake up, you're feeling fresh, like you can make decisions. That's why it's so much easier to stick to things in the mornings. But let's say, so you get up and then you go to the kitchen and you think, oh, okay, so we've got a full bottle here. And it's like, what am I gonna have for breakfast? I'm gonna have a healthy meal for breakfast. And that involves some willpower to do, right? To choose that option. So it lessens. Okay, you go through the day, you see a pack of Skittles next to, like, I don't know, whatever, in your bedroom, and you think, oh, I want to have that. Your brain says, no, don't have that because you're on a healthy path. Willpower down, okay? Because then you needed willpower to do that. By, let's say, not even by dinner time, your willpower, done. Gone. That's why at nighttime, so many people, more people fuck up. Like, I know I can have a great day if I'm making decisions all day, and then at nighttime, I'm like, oh my God, give me all the food. So if you're like that, that's because you're making too many decisions in your day. So if you plan out your meals 24 hours in advance, it has to be 24 hours, otherwise it goes into like your primitive mode, and your instant gratification mode will want to kick in. So 24 hours before, plan your meals. So that is, you're making use of your willpower the day before, and not because it's not happening now, it's not real for you now, so it's easier to make healthy decisions. So you say to yourself, okay, you write it down for breakfast, I'm having whatever, this, and you obviously put your calories in there if you're calorie counting, and you make sure that you're within your calorie limit, and you plan it out so that when you wake up, you don't have to make a decision. You don't have to, your decision making and willpower, like, it's still pretty high because you don't have to make that decision the whole time. Our brain gets tired of making decisions. We don't want to. But if the decision is made for us, it's so easy just to follow what's on a piece of paper. And as long as you follow it to a T, like if you say you're going to eat chicken and salad, then you have to eat chicken and salad. Even if you want to have like a healthy substitute, like, I don't know, like a tuna salad, you're not allowed to do that. You have to have a chicken salad, because that gets your mind into the notion of you committing to what you put down, because at this time it'll substitute for a tuna salad, but next time it'll substitute it for a burger. So you've really got to be really true to what you stick to it. Like I said, be accountable to yourself before. So plan your meals. And this fucking works, guys. Just try it. Just try it for a week and you'll see how easy it, the first week's tough. But after that, guys, it is just so much easier because you're not thinking about things in the day. And I mean, like I made my other video about scheduling, like I will put that over here, like maybe not now, maybe at the end of the video, I will put that there. No, I will put it here, there, put that there, or it's here. It's on either side, I'm not too sure, but I will put it there so that you guys can watch that later. But yeah, so you guys know how to plan your life, and if you plan your meals, then it's just an extension of doing that. And you just, oh God, planning is the best thing ever. Like, you don't understand, it's like the biggest trick of all time to living the most fulfilled life is planning. And obviously you have spontaneous moments, but when you plan, you actually can have way for more spontaneity, because you know that all the shit that you need to get done will be done. So then when you have free time, you can just be spontaneous. So that's just the little side note. But yeah, the biggest thing I get with this is, what if I'm eating out? And then you go and we live in 2020, guys. Go and Google the restaurant you're going to, download a PDF or just a picture of their menu, and go check first and decide before you walk into the doors of that restaurant what you will be eating. And trust me, it's so much easier when you don't even open the menu when they give it to you. You don't even look at it, because you know in your head what you're having, because you've looked at the menu before and you've chosen the healthy thing. Do not get tempted by those other delicious things on there. So you go beforehand and you plan. And that's, planning, guys. Plan. Just plan your lives. Trust me. If you take anything away from this, plan. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, because I really enjoyed talking about that topic, even with all my hand movements and all that shit. So let me know if you guys try it. Let me know how it goes, especially even if you just try one of them. Please can you leave some comments, and you know the drill. Like, subscribe please to my channel, and you will see more of me. But yeah, have a healthy, happy week, guys. Until next time.